Growth Happens in the Dirt by Katie Jolly. Chapter 5, Rehabilitation. You can't wring your hands and roll up your sleeves at the same time. Patricia Schroeder. 2 weeks after I'd set my hair on fire, I had my first appointment with Vicky Gould, an occupational therapist on the concussion team who was there to assess the severity of the brain injury. I still wasn't sleeping well and spent most of my days sitting on the couch with a large grey poncho covering my head, eating toast. Without any screens to distract me, the hours dragged by, and I could cry at the drop of a hat. When Vicky arrived, I felt as if she was a character in another dream moment. She asked me what I had been doing and my symptoms, and confirmed that these were all normal reactions to concussion. Vicky then tested my eyes with her pen and noticed that my midline, where you perceive the centre of your body to be, was off, and recommended that I get referred to a neuro-optometrist to get assessed. I laughed. So I'm not crazy then, I'm actually on a lean? She tested my balance, fail. My head movement, severe nausea. My speech, memory, symptoms, all failed. As a result, my ability to drive was firmly taken away until I was better. She told me to plan and pace, which means that you do a little bit of activity and then rest. My homework was to do only 5 minutes of activity, followed by 5 minutes of sitting in a dark space with zero stimulation. It was all part of healing the brain after concussion. You'll be assigned a case manager who you can call to arrange for taxis, as well as a cleaner if needed. Somebody will be able to take you to your appointments. But then it hit me. For the first time in my life, I was totally reliant on other people for my independence. I whimpered, feeling totally useless. But how long until I'm better? For some people it's weeks, Vicky replied, and for some people months or years even. It's your brain, no one knows. I'll put these referrals through and see you later next week. Tell your husband he needs to help you. You need to stop everything you are doing and get better. If you don't plan and pace your day, you will not get better. Quiet, more darkness, zero stimulation. Okay? Then she left. I crawled into the cupboard of darkness under our stairs and cried, and at some point fell asleep. The tools: planning and pacing. With concussion, imagine you wake in the morning with a whole pie and each activity takes a slice. It is essential to plan and pace your day the night before to recharge the brain and avoid burnout. In the beginning, you may do 5 minutes of activity followed by 5 minutes rest, or 5 minutes of activity, 10 minutes of rest. This will depend on where you start. As you heal, the level of activity may increase, but if you become symptomatic again, go back to the active rest formula. Set a rest alarm on your phone or get your support team to do this until you are familiar with the habit. When you are planning your activity, chunks make it small and achievable. For example, write down one thing you want to do that day. For example, make your bed. When you are pacing, brain bathing, aim for zero stimulation during this time. If you have a dark cupboard, place a chair or beanbag inside and sit in there until you feel calm again. You can use noise-cancelling headphones and an eye mask to help refresh your brain. As you heal, you can add more things to your list for the day, but just make sure that what you put on the list is important to you. Don't add too many goals or anything that will overwhelm you in the beginning. You will also need to rest more the more you do. So be aware of the power of balance as you first begin to heal. Tool: create a coat hanger for your habits. The idea of this is extremely powerful. You find a habit that you currently do, like brushing your teeth, and you hang the new habit, for example, belly breathing, onto it. This makes it easier for the brain to create an automatic trigger for the new behavior. When you are beginning, everything may feel hard, but if you learn to coat hanger basic tasks along your rehab, you will find that you start to automate habits and things get easier. It will depend on the level of your injury as to what you choose to coat hanger together and stack new habits on existing ones. For example, 1. When I get out of bed, I make my bed. 2. After breakfast, I do my eye exercises for 2 minutes. 3. After I do my eye exercises, I shower. 4. After I shower, I do eye palming. Another example may be if you need to move more. 1. When I wake up, I will get dressed and put on my walking shoes. After my walk, I will eat breakfast. After breakfast, I will do my rehab exercises for 5 minutes. 4. After I do my rehab exercises, I will rest for 5 minutes. You can always use something to set an alarm if you want to create an audio cue for a behaviour. When planning and pacing, the alarm can remind you to spend time having a brain bath every hour to ensure your energy levels are topped up. I hope you've enjoyed Chapter 5 of Growth Happens in the Dirt, the story of my concussion and recovery, which is now available on Amazon in paperback and Kindle. Take care of yourself and keep shining.